What's going on, everybody? So this video is going to talk about two things. I'm going to talk about business succession plans and business buy-sell agreements. And this video is geared towards business owners, people who operate in high level at businesses, or people who have business owner clients. So those two things, right? Buy-sell agreement, succession plans. When I talk to a lot of my business clients, obviously that's part of the process, and I'll bring each thing up separately. When I bring those up, they usually say, yeah, I have one of those. Okay, well, let's talk about it. And once we get into the weeds, it turns out that it's really not a plan, and it's much more of an idea. And the reason I say that is when it comes to succession planning and it comes to buy sell agreements, if they're not funded properly, then they're really not a plan. And that's what we come across. We come across the fact that people are putting these buy sell agreements in. They're coming up with these ideas of their succession plans, but they're not figuring out a way to properly fund them. So here's the scenario. I am a business owner. I have a partner. We're 50-50, right? When we came up with this business, we decided that if something were to happen to one of us, the other one would just automatically get the other 50% of the business, right? Pretty easy. We're both single guys. We came up with that plan. Fast forward, we're 15 years into our business. We're both now married. We both now have children. And we haven't updated that buy-sell agreement. And we really never put a funding instrument in place to make what we wanted happen. So now business owner A passes away, right? Business owner B now is supposed to have 100% of the business, right? But business owner A's wife actually is now the 50% owner in this company. And not only that, but business owner A's son, who's 21, also now wants to be involved in the business. Business owner B never planned on business owner A passing away. Therefore, they never really put in place any sort of funding for the buy-sell agreement that they came up with. Plus the fact that when they first came up with this idea, the business was worth significantly less. This business over the 15 years has rapidly expanded. So now business owner B doesn't own 100% of the company, has no way to pay business owner A's wife her portion of the equity in the company in order to buy the other 15% of the company, and now has to deal with the wife of his former business partner, who maybe he doesn't get along with, or maybe she doesn't understand the business, but now she owns 50% of it. And now, like I said, the son also wants to get involved because his mom is 50% owner, so she has delegated everything to him, and there's nothing like, having a really great business going and a 21-year-old kid getting involved in it, not knowing anything about business. So what is business owner B going to do? Well, he's going to have to start selling stuff. He's going to probably have to figure out a way to structure a pay settlement to pay if if he's able to figure out a way to buy that equity or get them to agree to buy that equity out. Or, he could just be stuck and now the business is going to start to do very poorly because he lost business owner A, which was crucial in the business. There are new owners coming in, and now he's trying to deal with everything going on at the same time. Again, this is why buy-sell agreements are so important and super easy to fund if you talk to someone and do it the correct way. So that leads me into succession planning, right? So how is the best way that we pass our business down to the next generation, to the next generation, to the next generation? And again, these are things that you need to plan for. And the reason why I say this is I run into it all the times when I have clients with multiple kids, right? So 2, 3 kids, they own the business. One of their children is interested in the business and is going to take it over, and the other ones want nothing to do with it. And they always tell me the same thing. Well, this one's going to inherit the business, and the other 2 want nothing to do with it. And I say, okay, stop, pause. Let me ask you a question. You're going to give your multi-million-dollar business to one of your kids, and the other 2 are just supposed to what? Because I know in my family, I can tell you right now, even with my own children, if I gave one of them something and the other two nothing, then I have just set turmoil for the future generations to come for about ever. Because I have one kid who now got the business, is worth millions of dollars. The other kids may have gotten some money or this or that, but look how different that is. You have someone getting a multi-million-dollar business, and you have two kids getting some cash. How's that Thanksgiving going next year? So not only are they upset because they lost their father or their mother, now they hate each other because one of the siblings got a multi-million-dollar business and the other two got, $100,000 checks. So these are the things that, as business owners, that needs to be thought about, because the last thing you want to do is, if something were to happen to you, was for your business to suffer, right? You spent all this time working on a legacy. So we don't want that legacy to go to waste. We want to make sure that our employees obviously are taken care of, because that business obviously runs on his employees. So we want to make sure that it continues going. We want to make sure that if we're partnered, that the partner, the family is taken care of, everything like that. There's able to be an equity transfer and things are supposed to move smoothly so that everybody can move forward from what's happened. And then we don't want to create family turmoil when there's already been a loss in the family. So again, buy-sell agreements, you need a lawyer, you need the finance, you need the equity, or the tool to create that equity, right? And succession plans, it's got to be written down. There's got to be a way that we look at the equity. There's got to be equalization, especially if we're dealing with multiple family members in a business. So these are things to think about if you're a business owner.